This video we're going to be talking about 5 Japanese horror movies that are absolutely amazing. And number 5, we have the movie Audition. Audition is about a middle-aged widower. After a while of being without his wife, who passed away, he decides to remarry. So what does he do? He calls a friend that works in the film industry, and him and that friend stage a fake audition, hence the movie name. So in this audition, a bunch of women show up thinking that they're auditioning for a role, but they get asked a bunch of questions and they get interviewed, not for a role, but for our guy to pick a wife. And you're over there thinking, what is so scary about this movie? It sounds like a rom-com or something. Well, this is actually what makes this movie so freaking amazing. We'll circle back to this. So nonetheless, our guy interviews a bunch of women, and lo and behold, he finally finds a woman that he really likes. This woman is very quiet, elegant, she seems too perfect. So he picks her, and obviously him and her start going on dates, and their relationship starts to deepen. The only problem is our guy knows how to pick him, and after a while, the past of this lady starts to unravel, and we start to see some red flags, some inconsistencies in her story, and the way she behaves starts to get a little different. And then you start to get that gut feeling of something is up here, something is not right, I am not liking where this is going. And you'll be right, because this movie, remember I told you we'll circle back to why this movie is so good? This movie does something that is so freaking good, and that is it transitions from one genre to the other so seamlessly that it just feels too freaking perfect. It goes from this very chill romantic drama movie to this absolutely crazy horror movie, and it does it slowly. It's a slow burn of a movie, and it is so freaking good at what it does, man. I cannot recommend this movie highly enough. I don't want to spoil much to you. I just want to tell you what the movie is about, so then you could go watch it and experience it yourself and get to come back and let us know how you enjoyed it. So why do I love this movie so much? Well, for a few reasons. First of all, the atmosphere of the movie, it is absolutely fantastic. Second thing that I love so much, and I think this movie does perfectly, is once again the transition between genres. It does it so good, man. I don't really know many movies that does this freaking well, you know? It is really one of a kind. The movie is very minimalist. You're not gonna get any like cheap jump scares or anything like that, but it's more of a psychological horror where it's gonna mess with your head, it's gonna keep you on your toes, and you're gonna absolutely love it. So everybody, go check it out. This movie was Audition, and let's move on to number 4. So at number 4, we have the movie Pulse. And I'm talking about the Japanese original Pulse, not the American version. The American version is absolute garbage. Do not watch it. It is literally trash. We're talking about the Japanese original. So as far as I recall, the movie Pulse follows 2 storylines that are parallel to each other. The first one follows a character named Michi who works at a plant shop, and she has a friend who starts to be very distant and very lonely and acts very differently. And then a little bit later, this person unalives himself. So Michi and her other friends, they go to his house or apartment and they look through it and they find a disc. After playing the disc, they see some unsettling footage of their friend. And later on, Michi starts to see her friend and he seems very, very lonely and sad. And he says, and that's where Michi's story begins. Now, the paralleling story is going to be about another character who hops on the internet, finds a website where they see somebody who is tied to a chair with a bag over his head. Some unsettling stuff. But later on, they start to kind of get affected by the same stuff that Michi and her friends are going through. And what we start to realize about this movie is about entities or ghosts invading our world through the internet. You're like, okay, so this is about ghosts with Facebook and Instagram and stuff. Not quite. So it's about ghosts. They're not really trying to attack us though, but it's more like they're invading our world to spread loneliness and despair. And let me tell you, this is what this movie does so freaking well. This movie is gonna make you feel things that no other movie has. You're gonna feel lonely, you're gonna feel the chills, you're gonna feel depressed almost by the end of this movie. This movie doesn't do any cheap jump scares or anything like that. It is also a movie that does things psychologically. It is a psychological horror. It messes with your head and slowly creeps into your head, but what it does differently is it makes you feel lonely and sad. And dude, this movie does it so well. Look, I cannot highly recommend this movie enough. I don't want to spoil much to you, but let's just say this movie, the way it develops, the world starts to collapse into despair and loneliness, and things start to feel so lonely, so depressing. By the time you get to the end of this movie, you're not gonna feel well, and you're gonna absolutely love it for what it does to you. So what do I love about this movie so much? The atmosphere in this one is so gritty. It is so lonely. I'm telling you, this movie is gonna make you feel things. I'm telling you, man. Another thing I love about this movie is the way it doesn't really rely on jump scares that are cheap or anything like that. It's more like it's kind of trying to creep into your head, and I absolutely love that about it. And I absolutely love a lot of the things this movie does. I really love it. And let me tell you, this movie is really, really good at what it does. So that was Pulse, everybody. Check it out. You're gonna love it, I promise you. And number 3, oh my god, I absolutely love this movie. And this movie is Cure, everybody. What is A Cure all about? A Cure follows the story of a detective that follows and investigates a bunch of gruesome murders that happen. Now, what is so unique about these murders, let's say? First of all, the people that commit these murders are absolutely unrelated to each other. They're random people. There's literally no relation between them except the fact that they committed some horrific acts. After further investigation, we start to see a couple of similarities, let's say, between these crimes. And that is, usually the criminal is found near the crime scene. That's 1. And 2, there is an X mark on these people's neck, on these criminals. And number 3, and this is the most important commonality between all these criminals, is they don't recall why the hell they did it. And they genuinely seem confused on why they did it. They don't know why they did what they did. It's almost like they were not really mentally there and they just did the act and they wake up and they're like, oh crap, this is insane. I don't even know why I did this. So then the movie develops, and obviously the movie's all about you going with a detective to investigate those crimes and see what is happening. Now, this is where this movie gets really, really interesting. Not only is this movie so interesting because of the fact that these crimes are random and the only similarities they have between them is super vague and mysterious. See, after further investigations, we get led into a character. This character seems like a drifter, really, but what turns out to be is this character, not only is he so mysterious and we really don't know much about him, but what he seems to do so freaking well is manipulating people. And he does it extremely well. And he does it in a way where you start to think like, okay, is he just manipulating people or is he hypnotizing them? It kind of blurs the lines between hypnotism and something far more sinister. What this movie really is all about is about mesmerism, the power of suggestion, and it dives very deep into that. This movie is so mysterious, it's gonna keep you thinking, you're gonna really want to know what's happening. You're gonna be very, very invested in this investigation. You're gonna really want to figure out who this character is, how is he doing what he's doing, and what the hell is really going on in a nutshell. So this movie stops becoming about just trying to catch a killer, but it becomes more about trying to understand the psychological force that seems a little too difficult to understand. Now, what do I really love about this movie so much? Well, I love a lot of things, but some of those things are, I love the psychological horror aspect of it. It is very unsettling without really showing you much, but it makes you feel uneasy. I like how mysterious it is. It is very ambiguous, but also very deep in what it does, and it keeps you really thinking. It lingers in your head a while after watching the movie. And I love that the movie is very minimalist. It really does enhance the kind of hypnotic element of it. It really does it very, very well. And I just really, really love this movie. Everybody, that was the movie Cure number 3, and it is amazing. Please do check it out. Let's move on to number 2. And number 2, we have a movie that I absolutely love. This movie is One Missed Call. And once again, it is not the American garbage version. The American version is complete trash. Do not watch it. I'm talking about the original Japanese version. It is fantastic, everybody. Now, what is One Missed Call all about? One Missed Call follows a story about a group of friends and a main character. Her name is Yumi, I believe, as far as I recall. Don't quote me. This group starts to receive calls with a very cursed ringtone. And let me tell you, this ringtone is truly cursed. Once you hear it once, it's gonna be stuck in your head and you're gonna hate your life. I promise you that. But what is so cursed about this ringtone? Well, once this ringtone happens, you end up with a voicemail. This voicemail is from your future self. It seems to be a voicemail from yourself from a few days into the future, letting you know how you're gonna meet your maker, how you're gonna be deleted. Yes, you receive a cursed call with a cursed ringtone. That call leaves you a voicemail with your own voice on it, pretty much showing you how you're gonna be deleted. Now, at first, this seems like a joke, really. But once those voicemails start to become true one after one, the uneasiness starts to set in, and you're gonna start to realize, you and the characters both are gonna start to realize that you are pretty much in a deep hole that you're gonna be trying to really dig yourself out of. This movie becomes really, really interesting. Why? Because you really want to know, are these voicemails gonna become true, or are they gonna be able to stop it in time? Now, how this movie is gonna develop is as follows. The movie is gonna be about our characters pretty much trying to stop the curse or find out the origins of it and how to escape it in a nutshell. And you're really gonna be invested and really wanting to see if they're gonna be able to do it or not. So our main character is gonna be going on a long, painful journey of trying to unravel this mystery, this curse, and solve it. And on the way of our protagonist trying to unsolve this mystery is gonna unravel a very tragic story, and it's gonna leave us wondering if this character is really gonna make it out alive. One Missed Call, everybody, is an amazing film. I highly recommend you watch it. There's multiple of them. I love all of them, but the first one is the best. Do check it out. What do I love about this movie so much? I love the whole concept of a phone call from the future letting you know how you're gonna be deleted, and the fact that it builds that anticipation of like, oh my god, am I gonna make it out of this or not? It is really, really interesting. And what I really, really love about this movie is the ringtone, man. The ringtone alone is worth a watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so stuck in your head. You're really not gonna love that. So, at number 2, that was One Missed Call. Check it out. You're gonna absolutely love it. Now, at number 1, I'm actually gonna give you 2 movies because I really couldn't pick one between these 2. And check this out. Not only does America like to steal oil, but also they like to steal movies, because both of these movies have an American adaptation. And actually, the American adaptations are very, very good, and they're very popular. And if you didn't know which movies those are by now, those are The Grudge and The Ring. And yes, both of those are originally Japanese movies. So let's start with The Grudge, because me and The Grudge have a history, and we go all the way back to where I was a child. Why do I hate The Grudge so much? The Grudge ruined my childhood. Look, let me tell you something. I literally have a statue of Nemesis behind me, and I could stare Nemesis in the face every single day. But what I can't stare in the face is a lady with a long black hair covering her face and saying, that I cannot do. That will have me dashing the other way. This movie has ruined my childhood. It made me terrified, and I really, really hate it, but I also love it. Now, I don't really need to speak much about these movies. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with at least the American version, but to summarize it, The Grudge is really about a violent event that occurred in this one house where it left a very, let's say, devastating curse that once you enter the house, that curse is gonna be ruining your life. I'm not gonna say much about it because I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with it. And The Ring follows a similar concept to One Missed Call, and what I mean by that is it is about a videotape instead of a call, and once you watch that videotape, you receive a call, and 7 days after that call, you get deleted. Those 2 movies, the atmosphere on them is crazy freaking good. The original The Ring movie, called Ringu in Japanese, has the legendary Japanese actor Hiroyuki Sanada, the guy that plays Shogun. Probably you guys know him from that, but he is a crazy, crazy good actor. The movie is very, very well done. Both of these movies are very well done. They're really good. They're gonna haunt you probably, and you're gonna absolutely love them. These movies are just classics, really. They're amazing movies. The atmosphere is crazy good. Man, like, they're classic movies. That's all I can say, really. You're gonna absolutely love these 2. Just check them out and come back and let me know how you like them. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. If you've watched any of these movies, let us know how you like them in the comment section down below. And if you haven't, go watch them and come back and let us know. Please do subscribe to the channel. Helps out a lot. Stay safe, and bye-bye.